Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I got a map edit for you that I did over the weekend. It was just a quick edit. It's kind of took two parts. I did the base edit in the Giants editor, and I did the rest of it in game. So this is kind of a two-part mod, I guess. First thing you're going to want to do is download the map, and the link will be in the description. And then there's a save game file to download, and that link is also in the description. Now, when you download it, this is what you're going to see in your download folder. You're going to see the Riverbend Springs edit, and then you're going to see a save game 1 folder. Now, this folder right here, the save game 1, you're going to need to open that. So click on it, and this is what you're after. So we'll get to that in a minute. So what you're going to want to do is, like I said, download the files. The links are in the description. And once you have them downloaded, just go to your download folder, wherever that is, and they'll be in there. I've already done that, obviously, and I've got them both right here. Now, what you're going to want to do from here is you want to open your Farm Sim folder, which should be in your documents under My Games, and then scroll through your games and you should find Farm Simulator 25. Click on that and go down to mods and click on that. Then you're going to want to take this Riverbend Springs map here that you have wherever you keep it, and you're going to want to move it to your mods folder. Don't put it over here because you'll see it'll copy into a specific mod, but just put it over here on the side and just let it go, and boom, it's in there. Now however you do that is up to you, but this is the way I find easiest. Okay, now that you got that in your mod folder, you can close that out. And what you're going to want to do with this save game now is you're going to want to open that up and get just this file here, go back in your documents, and go back to My Games, back to your Farm Sim 25, and then you're just going to scroll down and you're going to see your save games here. Now what you're going to want to do is you want to take save game 1, highlight that, and delete it. And then you're going to want to take this save game file and just move that over in here. Again, don't put it here. You'll copy it into one of these. Just put it on the side. And then see, it just shows up at the bottom. Don't worry about it showing up at the bottom. It'll place itself when you start the game. And that's it. Just exit out all that stuff. And then start up your farming simulator. And we'll do this in real time. It might take a little while because I got a lot of mods, but we'll see what happens. Doopy-doopy-doo. Yep, go through this every time. Okay. I got a bunch of mods, so this might take a couple minutes. I think I got over 500 in my game right now. It's crazy. But, you know, options. Okay. Now we get through this. Now, when you start your career, it's going to show up the save game is already here. Now, if you want to change this save game, where it said save game file in the original folder, let me show you real quick. Right here in this folder, your save game, you can double click that and change this to save game 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever save game slot you want. But the important thing is when you put it in the folder, your Farm Sim 25 folder, you got to delete that save game out of that folder first, and then put this in and it'll replace whatever number. So if you want it to be 8, it'll go to 8, whatever. If you have any problems with that, just leave a comment and I'll help you walk through it. So now that we're back in the game, your save game is right here already. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go down to save game 2 for a second and start that map without the save game. This is the map. This is what you're going to get when you start the game up if you don't have the save game. We'll just do this without any mods. Deselect all and start. It's probably a little bit loud. Let this load up here. Shouldn't take too long with no mods. But it is Giants, so it'll probably take long anyway. Sometimes this thing loads fast, sometimes it loads slow. I guess it just depends on the mood it's in. Maybe the stars aren't aligned, I don't know. But it is giant, so if it loads, that's a good thing. Which reminds me, I've run like 500 mods in my games, and I haven't had a problem with this map at all. So if you have a problem with it, check your mod folder. I know there's a few mods out there that are sketchy, so you might just want to be aware of that. I have to do that. No, you can do it. All you do is break 60. I think it's 65%, and it'll load. It's kind of like the point of no return. Okay, there we go. I'm going to grab my trusty Xbox controller here. Okay. So, like I said, this is Riverbend Springs. It's just a basic map. But what's different is right here, this area here. Let me get this to this area here, and this area here, and this area here is where I edited. So if we go to visit this, this is what it looks like. And this was a field. Okay, but I took the field out in the editor and I made this forest ground. And I got rid of all the trees in this whole area. Which means all these trees down here that were in this area, they're all gone. And that goes for all over the place here. Probably should have put that developer thing in here so I could have just flew, but it is what it is. This whole area is, if you play the map like this, you can literally go into this part, or your construction mode, and you can fill all this area in with trees, which is basically what I did in the save game. I just put all the trees through here, and through here, and yeah, that's basically it. I left the tower in the editor because there's something in the tower that needed to stay there. And, yeah, no spoilers. This field right here, I also took out of the game, so it doesn't show up as a field on the map, but I did put the terrain back down so it does recognize that it's a field. You know, you'll see in the save game why I did that. This right here is also, I took all the trees out, well, most of them, for the most part. If you play the map, you recognize there's a lot of trees missing. And I added a birch forest in here, which is in the save game file. So yeah, that's basically this. I'm going to show you. If we go to here, this field, visit that. This is the field. You can see as you look on the ground, it's still considered farmland, and it's still grass growing. It still has the field texture on the, underneath the grass. So if you have a piece of equipment here, it will recognize this field. I planted a plantation in here, and you'll see that in the save game file. And I just hired the worker, and he went on and did his thing. But the only reason I'm showing you this is in case you want to start this game without using the save game. If you want to do it yourself, you can, just add trees in here that you want, whatever your PC can handle. I got a little higher end PC, so I can handle a lot of the trees and stuff like that, but yours may not, so you may want to just start from here. So yeah, that's basically that. So let's get back out of here. We'll exit this game. Quit. And I'll show you the save game file. And go back to career, and wherever you put that save game, you'll just start that. And you just hit continue, and we will, let's see. Oh, I'll just start it with all my mods on it. That way I can do the flight thing. It won't take that much longer. Now, like I said, I'm running like 500 and some mods in here. All basically all script mods, most of them. Um, a lot of forestry mods, like a couple things I picked up. Like there's a tower, a yarder that can pull more weight, stuff like that. But yeah, it's this map runs great with mods. As long as you're smart about mods, don't be stupid. If it's too good to be true, it usually is. Just remember that. Okay. Now, when you start the game, this is where you're going to start. And then you're going to be right here, and this is the only vehicle you get, is this international truck. And you're also going to get me as a character, so you might want to change that if you're not an old man like I am. But yeah, I bought the horse farm, but let's go to the flight mode here. Let's see if I can even do this. Let's see how this flight mode work. Oh, there we go. You get the horse farm. I took everything off the farm except for the house. And this is the property you own when you start the game. You notice this map, all the property is buyable. That was one of the things that Jazz did when he made it. So if you're looking for just this farming map, look up Jazz's Riverbend map, because all the farmland, every single thing is purchasable. So you don't have any, you can do what you want on the entire map basically, in any place. So, but yeah, all this property here is what you own, which would be these two big fields, and these three fields here is what you start with. So, yeah. And we'll go back up in the forest here now. And this is what you get if you put the save game in. You get all these trees that I've placed in-game. These are all in-game trees. They're right out of the editor. And you can see this is the field I took out and just painted down the forest brown. For reference, there's the Ranger Tower. So I just think it's a lot better if you're going to log in, because all these trees are cuttable with the harvesters. If you get the bigger harvester, and there's mods out there. And it's definitely better because you can use the yarder, that Kohler yarder they give you. Or if you have a mod that you want to use, you can use that too. And like I said, I left the ranger station because there's a reason. And these trees go all over here. This whole area that was blank. And then over here, I planted this plantation, which if you plant the trees in game, it takes forever for trees to grow when you plant them through the seasons. I sped it up to I think 7,000, and it took a while, but they're here. They're all fully grown. You can see, full grown. They're all Scotch pine. But like I said, if you don't want to do this, and if this is too much for your PC to handle, then just use the regular map and place your own trees. If you're on PC, which if you get this map, you are, just use a running sheet. That's what I did. Use the developer tool. And this is the birch forest that I put in. I don't use this flight mode very often, so I'm a little sketchy at it. And like I said, if you want more trees, then just plant more trees. If you don't want any trees at all, then just use the other version of the map. Just start a whole new save game, and it'll bring up the map as long as the map's in your folder. So I figured this was a way to do this without cutting out the guys that can't really handle, or PCs can't really handle a massive forest like this. If you still want to play the map, you can just add your own forest. So I figured that was probably the best way to do it, instead of just doing all this in the editor and just saying, well, you're just screwed, because it is what it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I said the weather hit hard on my farm because I had to fast forward time, so some of the fields were a little screwed up in the start. But if you like the farm and you like the forest and you like Riverbend Springs, this is a really good map to have. So like I said, all the links are be in the description. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, this map also, Jazz added a couple of different I think the dairy here is viable now. I think you can own that, and it'll produce milk products. Unlike the original map where you couldn't, it was just a drop point. And then he added this over here. Where is it at? I think this factory here is a sugar mill. Yeah. So he added them two things. Plus, like I said, all the land is buyable. So any piece of farmland you want, you can buy and not be restricted. I changed absolutely nothing else on the map. That is all I did was when you start the map, you get this area here is your house. And you can sell this if you want. You don't even have to use it. Just sell it and buy something else. But this is where I chose because it's close to the forest and that's what I was into. So, yeah, if you have any problems loading up the map or loading up the game or trying to figure out how to get the save game file in, I showed you. It's really simple. All the links are in the description. If you like, if you have any problems, just leave a comment. I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And hopefully you enjoyed the map as much as I enjoyed making it. I love doing this kind of stuff, so throw me a like if you can. It keeps me motivated to do stuff like this. If you don't like it, throw it. Say you don't like it. It doesn't matter. You know, I just do this for fun anyway. So, all right, guys, and that about wraps it up. I can't think of anything else that I would need, but yeah. So hopefully you enjoy the map as much as I did making it. And like I say, if you have any problems, just throw a comment in, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And like I said, all the links will be in the description, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great day. Thanks.